Quick update. Got the radiator set up in. Got the alternator hot wired. Got my starter jumper wire put in, but it still starts on the key. Got the throttle, hand throttle ran. The pair of vice grips for now, but we'll put a handle on that. Yeah, the fuse box moved and the battery moved, so there's nothing on this fender. For keeping this reserver here, the worst thing that'll happen is I'll just lose power steering. But it should just shove over. And the ABS system's staying. I unplugged it, moved all the wiring in the front. As of right now, we're running all 4 brakes, but we'll probably end up tack welding the ends to the back tires. Everything is run to the dash that will be run. Well, run to the windshield that will be run. I want positive cable, starter jumper wire, the alternator wire, well, my fan wire, which is ran, to a single fan off the Hyundai Tiburon. And then that just comes over and it's grounded right here. I probably should move it, but I'm just going to leave it. I have the battery inside the car. I have the positive here with everything hooked up to it. I have the negative cable off the Tiburon, which runs down and bolts right to where the seat bracket is. I cleaned that up. And I have another end that is screwed right there. Really simple. The computer will probably stay. I'll probably run a zip tie around it and put a piece of foam on it. What else do I want? Oh yeah, and my rinky-dinky light switch box. You can't even call it a light switch box. But it'll work for now. I didn't feel like cutting up a license plate to make one. And the fuse wires. They ran through this green opening here. Came out there. You can see Josiah through the hole. Came all the way around and went through a rubber boot inside the car. And then two of them were plugged into the back of this fuse panel. 2 more are plugged straight up in. You'll have to follow your wires because I can't get in there right now. But I just ran it through the dash right there. So there's no wires inside the panel, and I was able to move my fuse box up, which it will be getting tucked down more once I clean up the fuel lines. And one more thing, this wire right here you have to unplug. And I just pulled all of it out through where the rubber boot was, through the green into the engine bay, and then just tucked it down through the dash. Now this seat is out of the Tiburon. It's got a steel plate on the back, and of course cushioning on the... Here, ignore that big rig. Gas tank needs some work done to it, but hey, I'm getting there. It still has the aluminums on it for now. We're in the process of making some doubles for it. I'm pretty sure these rims will fit. 15s. We'll probably run at least one donut on the back, on the passenger side, but this side will probably be aluminum. And I think that might be it. Got the bolts put in around. So I'll cut the hole. I'll make a slice around that and fold it up on both sides. I think these are 5/16 bolts. We are allowed to have 3/8 bolts. We're allowed to have 12. I wish we were allowed to have 14 because I'd put another one right there. I think that's about it for now, guys. The fuel lines will not run through here as of right now. As I said before, they run inside the car. So I'm thinking about just bending them up here over to the tank and then running my rubber lines off the tank to the metal lines. Creasing On this side, it was mostly done by my younger brother Isaiah. He actually got it really tight for what he had to work with. Of course, there's a kink wherever the metal bends in, but that's fine. He was doing pretty good. He would have done more, but he hit himself in the head with the back of the hammer. He's a little embarrassed about that, but I just have to throw that in there. And I think that should be all for the Subaru for now. Waiting on a welder to put the cage in. Well, we're waiting on a welder to do a lot of things. I haven't decided what I'm doing with the hatch yet. Might move it back, might not. The seat's unbolted, it just needs pulled out. But I don't have a place to store it right now. And I just pulled the AC compressor out of this. The guy wanted it. I hope it works for him. I think he's going to pay me 40 bucks for it. That'll be my entry fee for where this goes. So that works out. I probably will just keep this whole filter set up. Heck, I might even slap a piece of foam on it and just run it like this. I don't know. And I know you guys give me heck about these wire nuts. No one seems to like these wire nuts. I love them. I make sure they're all tight, they work fine, they're fast, and I don't have to break out the soldering iron. Or solder, whatever you guys say. I need to put more water in it. Got my transmission lines looped, I've said that before. So I guess let's move up to Josiah's mower. So this is the Lawn General slash Husky. I got these tires free from a buddy. Because remember guys, the challenge is to do this entire mower for free. Eventually I'll try doing a car, but for now we're doing an entire mower for free. So the mower was free. The hood came off of the exact same mower that these came off of, so that was free. His roof sign, you can see it better on the other side. 30-6, I believe is what he went with. It was made for free. Of course I made him paint those, you know. But I think that's about it for this right now. It starts up. Of course we'd have to throw a battery in it. There's not a battery in it right now. That was probably pretty loud for you guys. These tires, I tried blowing them up, but I couldn't get them on the bead. They're just too weather rotted and they fold at all the wrong places. So what we're going to do is we're going to take them off. We're going to slide these ones on and then tack weld around them to hold it on. That'll be relatively free. The cage is all angle iron that we will get for free. I think that's about it. The only thing I might have to break down and buy for this is a fuel shut-off switch. I went ahead and cut the pin on the ball float and, or not the ball float, the carburetor bowl. And so that allows fuel to just constantly run in there, so you gotta put a fuel shut-off switch. I locked vice grips on there, which is starting to crack the line a little bit. Looks like a weather crack. But I'm pretty sure what's going to take this mower out is this oil filter. I think I've said it on the last video. It just sticks out here, but the tire will kind of protect it. And we are going to throw a pretty decent bumper on the front of this, which we're allowed to do, I believe. I'll have to reread the rules. And it should last, well, he's hoping at least 3 derbies. At least 3 derbies. But we got another junk mower sitting down way down there. You can kind of see it. It's a big old mower. We can steal parts out of it. You ought to be able to get 3 runs out of it. But I'm pretty sure the oil filter will eventually kill it. And let's go down here to Subaru. I'll tell you what I think is going to kill it. So real quick, what I think is going to kill this car, maybe not right off, but maybe eventually enough to send it to the scrapyard. I'm hoping to get more than 1 run out of this, but you never know. So here's the tranny lines that's looped. I think this will eventually all come in and just kink this hose or bust it open and it'll kill the transmission. If the transmission doesn't go by itself before then, because it's already slipping and kicking. And if that doesn't take it out, this timing belt is in a plastic cover. Once that snaps, all your valves are going to stick straight in and your pistons are going to destroy them. and you're not going to have any compression whatsoever. I probably should have changed that belt so it doesn't die on me as I'm pulling into the arena. You know, that'll probably happen, but I'm feeling too lazy today. So yeah, it's going to be one or two of those things. It'll probably be something pretty dumb to take me out the first derby. And note to self, I just installed this seatbelts, self-tappers. AC compressor is in front. Give as much space as possible. Got some cushion out of the Tiburon back seat. And some foam, which is still pretty loose, sitting in between it. And this fan does suck a lot of air. And this, I'll just probably cut a hole in the top of it the day of the Derby. Because it has four vacuum lines attached to it. And I do not want to have to put a fuel filter on all those just to clean the air. As you know, a bug will crawl down if I don't. So I think that's all for now, guys. I'll let you know what happens after this. And we were probably going to go shove a scrap car up onto a trailer. So I will catch you guys next time.